Hello everyone. It's an exciting day today, doing the final Alliance raid of Stormblood. The lost city of angels. Jonamus is crestfallen at the thought that he might never see his son again. See if there's aught you can do to put his mind at ease. We need to do something, but what recourse is left to us? The only means we had of protecting ourselves could not even prevent my son from... Yeah, last time Ramsa was kidnapped. She has still not woken up. I'm sorry, Genomus. My design was flawed. Not necessarily, Charlian. We all saw how it succeeded in drawing Alma back from the rift and shattering the Odious. The loss of the boy is not yours to bear. Our focus here should not be on our failures, but what we have learned from them. The being beyond the rift, it spoke before claiming Ramsa. It referred to you as the blood of its invokers. Could it be your ancestors are responsible for Ultima's summoning? Most certainly not. I have discovered no such interference anywhere in the Durai papers. Besides, tales of the High Seraph existed far before even the earliest of Ivalician legends. Then who exactly did summon Ultima, and why does she think them your kin? Look. I have a bad feeling about this, Kupo. Echo. This must be inside Ivalice. Ramsa, dead. You lie about as well as you carry yourself in battle, Orin. The city of Lassalia. I did not say he was dead, my lord Delita. Merely that he had abandoned his mortal vessel, entrusting his ethereal soul to the Auracite. So this is the Delita that we've heard mentioned in the past. But why would he do such a thing? Peace has finally come to Ivalice. There is not to be had from further sacrifice. The kingdom is won, and this victory is as much his as it is mine. He risked life and limb to shield me from the dark that would have seen me perish. Without him, I would not be standing here before you. It is my duty as both king and colleague to see him saved. Knights, to me, we ride for Orbonne. My lord, wait! Ajora Glabados, first of the Zodiac Braves, was not the hero the church would have you believe. He betrayed Mother Heidelin for the promise of coin and power, summoning forth some terrible evil from the depths of the celestial abyss. So this person knows who Heidelin is. It was believed only one of the lands chosen, only a warrior of light might stand against this threat. Yet while victorious in battle, Ramza was unable to see the darkness vanquished. If failure was all that awaited our warrior of light, what chance do you presume any other might stand? Are you saying I should do nothing, then? No, my lord. Ramza is... Wait, this is the old version of Alma that the newer version was named after. My brother's final wish before he surrendered to the Aether was that my name be struck from the annals of history. Alma, you're unhurt. But I was led to believe none but Orin returned from Orbonne. What is this you speak of your brother's wishes? When it became apparent that we were powerless to truly defeat the High Seraph, we chose only the path left to us, to do what Hydaelyn herself did countless centuries past, imprison Ultima. And as you are aware, my lord, a prison is only as strong as the seal on its gates. That makes sense. Ramza sacrificed his body to ensure that the Angel of Blood would never again walk the land, and he believed that if his people knew of this sacrifice, it would only inspire them to seek out the Holy Stones and repeat the mistakes of those who came before. If you truly avouch yourself his friend, then you will honor this, his final plea. No, Ramza should not be forgotten. He should be raised up as a hero for his deeds, and claim his rightful place at my side. Only he might be my knight gallant. He is gone, my lord. Before Ramza was your friend, he was my brother. He was a warrior of light. He did what he did. He did what he did for Hydaelyn, and for those who would one day, too, heed the crystal's call. So Ramza was a servant of Hydaelyn. Claim the throne, my friend. Become ruler of Ivalice, and restore peace to this war-torn realm, once and for all. Wait, Ramza, don't leave me. Please, I beg of you. You will make a fine and just king, Delita. See you do not stray from that path. Ramza. The stones in these two necklaces, you are certain they will guide the heroes of a new era to Ramza. It is what Ramza wished, my lord. Orin, I do not believe I can bear another farewell this day. Will you not reconsider my offer to remain as a member of my court? It is but a matter of time before the Cardinal and his temple knights will grow wise to my past. I would not have my presence here implicate you as well. Ramza beseeched me strike his name from history, but like you, my lord, I could not bear the thought of future generations blind to the truth. As such, I penned this chronicle of the hero's journeys. I fear the world, however, is not yet ready for the gospel contained within these pages, nor would the church ever allow its circulation. In fact, I believe they will confiscate every existing copy and lock them away in their library. What better way for the words to remain forever preserved than in one of the most highly guarded vaults in all the realm? Then, one day, when the church has fallen out of favor, the chronicle will be discovered, and truth shall prevail. I must admit, your plan is intriguing, Orin, but once the church learns it was you who penned this chronicle, your life... Wait, what was that about? Jaguar. It was the echo, wasn't it? She knows about the echo. She's also from Charlian, where a lot of the scions are from, like Y'shtola and the twins. So it seems like people in Charlian have studied the echo. The removal of Ramza's name from the history books, the Durai papers, the pendants, it was all set in motion by Orin himself. And if the Liberator's visions are to be taken as fact, it also appears we now know that what the High Seraph meant by blood of my invoker. She was not speaking of ancestors in the sense of actual kin, but the line of those chosen by Hydaelyn to serve her as warriors of light. I see. But then why abduct Ramza, or even Alma, unless there's something you haven't been telling us? She was using us to lure Jaguar. It is his vessel the High Seraph desires. Matrons, teats, Alma, how long have you been awake? I've been a fool. I told our leader that it did not matter if our request for aid was refused, for I had an alternative ploy. General. It is all right, Bwagi. My intention was to claim one of these Oricite in the name of the Resistance, and use its power to lay waste to Garlean occupants. Only now do I realize how flawed my ambitions were. You mean this whole time you were playing us for fools? Why didn't I see it earlier? Never trust a woman with ears longer than mine, I always say. You've every right to be angry, and I apologize for misleading you. But believe me, I no longer have any desire to deceive you and yours. I shall see you to the Orbonne Monastery, and ask not in return, but that you let me join you in your rescue of Ramsa. Do not misunderstand me. I do not do this for any one of you. I do it for my people in both Golmore and Rabanaster, people who may die if this High Seraph is allowed to return to power. Oh, sweet. So we're headed to the Orbonne Monastery already. Pains me as a father that I'm powerless to save my own son. Jaguar, I've asked much of you these past moons, but naught is more important than what I asked you now. Please, find Ramsa. If your vision is true, then not even the Zodiac Braves, warriors of light themselves, could defeat the High Seraph. Are you certain we should not just allow Ramsa's seal to endure? No. That would mean abandoning Ramsa. But then what options are left to us? It was never my intention to deceive you. Alright, it was not until it was. But you must understand that I was only thinking of my people. I've not once held you as an enemy, only as an obstacle. And now that I know that to be false, I hope we can work together to save the land from the terrible evil that draws ever nearer. I will not see the same fate that befell Gamnan befall young Ramsa. Must do something, and quick. This is all my fault. I was convinced it was Ramsa and my father who were bedeviled by the Oracite, when in fact it was me all along. You are wrong, Alma. The Oracite held no power over you. It never did. Your concern for your family was justified, for they allowed their desires to cloud their own judgment. You needn't blame yourself for matters beyond your control. And what of Ramsa? He's gone because he tried to save me. Please, Jaguar, you must bring back my brother. I don't know what I would do if I lost him, too. High Seraph. Ha! You've defeated tougher opponents on both Aldenard and Othard. Ultima will rue the day she rose up against the one and only Warrior of Light. She will, won't she, Jaguar? Yep. That's the spirit, Lena. You're right, dear brother. We must do something. Might you have any suggestions, Kupo? We must do what Boogles do best. Dance. Dance, I say. Cool, so now we got Fran on our side. Going to the Orbonne Monastery. Beckoned by the Oracite, you arrive at the Orbonne Monastery, vestige of an ancient civilization, lost beneath the twisted roots and vines of forbidden jungle. The Dorai papers claim this holy sanctuary to be where the tale of young Ramsa Beluv began. Tonight, it is where your tale ends. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Hello, Denai. Welcome. Let's go. Made it to the raid. Very excited for this. I always really like the Alliance raids in this game. Very fun. Absolute chaos at times. Best 24 man. My favorite for the whole game. Wow, nice. High praise. I am excited for this one. Might have a bit of a wait. These normally take about 20 to 30 minutes. Yes, so it would appear that Ultima has abandoned Alma, only to take possession of her poor brother. But riddle me this, Jaguar. What type of being would require a mortal vessel? Correct, one without a corporeal form of its own. So the true question is then, now that the High Seraph has one in Ramsa, what exactly will she become? Our only hope is that if Ultima requires Ramsa's body to wield her might, that she will do everything in her power to keep it from harm. That's a good point. But then how will we fight her if she's in Ramsa's body? Because then we kind of have to cause harm to him, to cause harm to her. And just when the boy had begun to return to his normal caring self, oh, Ramsa, I do hope you are unhurt. When we were in Garlemald, young Lexingale never spoke ill of others, and most certainly not of his sister. It wasn't until arriving in Kugani that his temperament began to change. And not for the better. He began lashing out at anyone and anything that was different. His life in the Empire had not prepared him for what awaited on the outside, and the exile left him stripped of an identity in which he still held much pride. He allowed his frustration to consume him, such as to be expected from someone so young. Jaguar Evergreen, I ask you to look past Ramsa's transgressions, for they are but a product of his youth. He is a good child, and he does not deserve the fate he has been dealt. Please, you must find him. When I was but a pup, I lived on the streets of Garlemald, or to be more precise, beneath the streets. My home was the sewers, and my family the countless other orphans who kept to the shadows, lest they be carted off to cerulean mines, or worse. At least they were in my home until the Senate voted to seal them off. When the purge came, my brothers and I were given no choice but to flee, so we ran and we ran, till there was nowhere left to run. Fortunately, a handful of influential families had taken pity on our plight, and demanded that the Empire see to the care of these displaced children. For what is a nation's future, if not their children, or so they argued. The Senate conceded and proposed a system that would provide aid for families that adopted these sewerlings. It was the Lexingale family that took me in, and for many summers did I work as an errand boy, for their troop while going to a school and learning to play the lute. I suppose you could say that makes Ramsa and I brothers, which is why I cannot bear to think of what I would do if he were not to return. I beg of you, Jaguar, save him. I will. You'll find Ramsa safe, I know it. May your gods be with you, Jaguar. I assume you will still soon be dealing with this mess, dealing it a jab to the gut and then a swift kick to the crotch. If anyone can rescue our Ramsa from this peril, it is you, and I mean that. Literally, look around. Not one of us is a fighter. You are our only hope. Ramsa exhibits talent as both an actor and playwright, yet he lacks the sense to realize that aligning himself with a foreign barbarian would end in naught but failure. If only he had petitioned the Emperor. I am decided. I shall accompany you on your journey to rescue Ramsa and see these muscles put to good. Your fellowship is in no dire need of another hand, you say? Of course. I shall be here. I shall be here training should you need me then. Bro's on the grind. Must do something, Jaguar. Anything. I cannot let it end like this. Tia would never forgive us. I think that's everyone to talk to around here. So now we just wait for the queue to fill. Oh hey, I can go in here. Oh cool, this changed. We're in the jungle now. Might as well go back and repair. Gear wasn't that low, but gives me something to do while waiting for the queue. Yeah, long queue. These normally take about 20 to 30 minutes for me, usually. Characters in NA server is only level 50. Gotcha. I considered going to Oceanic servers for this, but I went to queue into an alliance raid on Oceanic earlier today just to see how much longer the wait would be, because I know it's less populated over there and my average wait time said more than 30 minutes, so I decided the best call is probably to go back to Aether. But in the future, for dungeons and trials and stuff, I will definitely go to Oceanic so that you'll be able to join me. Yeah. These are always already quite long waits on Aether sometimes, so I thought it was best not to try to risk it. Should be popping within the next 10 minutes or so, if my usual wait times are anything to go by. I think these 24 mans are honestly a shorter queue on DPS, I've noticed. Probably because the sheer amount of DPS needed for these, 15 DPS. So I've noticed sometimes when I queue on DPS, it's usually around 10 minutes or so, whereas with healer it's 20 minutes or 30 minutes. same in JP server. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, since these require a lot of DPS. Go refill my water real quick while I wait. Water, hydration. Somehow I can't launch the game in my office computer. Maybe my boss knows I play the game. Oop. It's on to you. Any minute now, this queue's gonna pop. There it is. I knew it. Right in that 20 to 30 minute time frame. Right on schedule. Ooh, rainbow. The stream delay, I can't tell if you got it on time or not. I saw the 3, 2, 1 pop in, but it was after it already popped for me. I know this sometimes with stream lag, you might be like a minute behind where I actually am. Whoa, creepy ghost. Monastic skeletons. I guess we're running to the Forbidden Forest. Impressive. Perhaps you are deserving of your accolades. But do you have an answer for this mist? Here's Aether. Here's the shot from the website. This is like Indiana Jones vibes. Exploring ancient ruins in a jungle. Whoa, look at that artwork on the wall. Head, I see someone. No, something. My name is Mustadio Bonanza, and all paths lead through me. Cowboy robot? He's cool. Whoa, voice acting. Normally they save that for the last boss.
What's this?
All the bosses here have voice acting and it's so cool. Wow, awesome. That's great. It's supposed to be the point where Square Enix started getting a better budget. Get forward more back to voice acting. I see people going this way. Whoa, what's that? Oh, it's the Golem guys from the previous Alliance raid. The Lighthouse.
You shall promise. Promise will save you from what comes next.
His voice is so cool. Whoa, what is this? Cutscene. Oh no, he's got a sniper. Wait, who is this?
Final testament.
Oh! What? Why did I failed that, whatever that was? I got sniped. Just like me when I try to play any shooting game. I always miss where the sniper is and end up dying to it.
We're just warming up.
Everyone dies there for the first time. Cool. Not just me then. Me. See people going this way again.
I'm really neat.
Okay.
What's this?
Oh.
My rocks to the castle. Victory is not so close as you think.
Okay, everyone's going this way. Follow the group. Whoa. Oh. This is like doing the skate all over again. Just getting one-shotted by everything.
You're making this too easy.
With what I did wrong there was I was supposed to be looking around the edges of the bullets. That was cool. Here's the loot. Here's the loot. Need to face the blank side to the boss for sniping shot. Oh, okay. That seems a little bit counterintuitive. I would think you'd need to face the shield side to the boss.
Beowulf youth guides your fate, but have you the faith to fulfill his legacy?
Wait, is this the next boss already? Cool. Imagine playing on patch launch day. That must be awesome. New mechanic comes out that everyone's never seen, and everyone just dies. It's gonna be so fun. Shields. Guessing I want to
To the
stand.
current of life we succumb. Its judgment swift and final. Its bite as cold as steel.
This is so cool how we get voice acting for every boss. The action. Oh, I didn't even notice I had a duty
Men
action
are
here.
black with corruption and must needs be cleansed.
Thanks for pointing that out today. Okay, so now I need to use this.
7 shadows cast, 7 fates foretold. Yet at the end of the broken path lies death, and death alone!
Oh, I see. I touched it once, and I have the shield even when I have the sword even when I'm standing outside of the area. So I'm probably supposed to use that to break people out.
I call out to the skies and tremble as the brilliance of 1,000 bolts blinds mine enemies and tears their flesh asunder!
Shields back up again. Do I have to? I think I have to time it to that attack. That's tricky.
The dreams of men are fleeting, yet they must be embraced if they are to flourish. Have you the
mechanic,
faith
too.
to do as much?
So there's a shield knight, 2 sword knights. Ah! Run!
Oh, divine light, send us from our sins! Gaze deep into the light!
Cool.
They well aloft have spoken. Let their words echo in your empty soul. Ruination is come!
Now I know.
Your fort, champion. I lead you now to your quest. Amelia awaits.
this teleporter. Whoa. Pretty. There's a cliff. Oh, these things. Just gotta get the amount of people as there are dots. Lines that the boss say when they from the lines when they attack in Final Fantasy Tactic. That's great. Really neat.
Your coming was
This is an
foretold,
interesting arena.
servant of Ivalice. Or perhaps you serve another. I am Count Sidolphus Orlando. Your journey ends here.
Thunder God. See the rest of my alliance standing over here.
The hearts of men are black with corruption and must needs be cleansed.
There's something we need to spread to our original groups. Oh, dude. How do I get rid of that?
I call out to the skies and tremble as the brilliance of 1,000 bolts blinds mine enemies and tears their flesh asunder. To the current of life we succumb, its judgment swift and final, its bite as cold as steel.
Okay, so I want to stand for that.
Rise to the darkness and drown in its loveless embrace. The gods will not be watching.
That must be why we need to stay grouped. So that one
Misfortune
lines
hangs
apart,
heavy on a
and
head
they'll all end
once
up
held
near
high.
the same place.
Such is poor cover for when the heavens fail. Come, show me more. Seven shadows cast, seven fates foretold. Yet at the end of the broken path lies death, and death alone.
So that you want to run away from. Got it.
To live by the sword is to die by the sword. There is time enough for regret in the flames of hell. Cold is the blade that severs the villain's head. Endless is the path that leads him from hell.
Whoa. Oh, new arena. He split himself in three? Looks like only 2 people were in that. Oh, I have something.
I have been called the God of Thunder. You now know why. Upon my holy blade, the very world lies in balance. And now, the scales will tell.
Wow. That was cool. It's only half dead. This is a long fight.
Come, show me more. Escape is not so easily granted. Were you expecting a modicum of rust? You will find my defenses quite impenetrable. A piteous display.
This one will go out for.
They who dwell aloft have spoken. Echo in your empty soul. Ruination is come.
I'm just following the group at this point. I'm not exactly sure how this fight works. Okay, do it again, so we gotta heal everyone full.
Even the strongest
That part I
of shields
understand.
cannot defend the weakest of wills. A moment's hesitation beckons a lifetime of praise.
Seem to be passing them to each other in a complicated. Oh, I see it. It's a bunch of dots. Physical damage is increased.
It is time I bade you farewell.
Oh, the boss is dead. Didn't even matter. It looked like things were about to be spicy there if that fight continued. Here we go, last boss.
Is it sanctum you seek, my wayward children? Or perhaps you are come in search of power? That which lies at your feet, that blessed bauble can grant you both. You need but will it so.
This must be Ultima.
Now, take up your salvation and be gone. Mortal agency in matters divine shall not be suffered.
It's playing the music from the first Lancer.
You shall
Let's do
know
this.
the day you raise your eyes to the heavens.
Dodge that. Cool effect.
Kneel before me. Your very soul shall not escape my wrath.
Big old crystal. Oh, dude. I saw it. I couldn't move out of sight.
Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon you.
2 gold stacks. This is not good. I'm in danger.
Kneel before me.
There's the hot things from one of the White House bosses.
Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon you.
Oh, there's the actual boss from the White House. Fire one. Whoa, it's like mixing in mechanics from the previous Alliance raids. That's cool.
Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon.
Yeah, there's this boss too. Everyone is here. Already at 30%. He's gotta be a phase 2, like Diablos. See. Don't want to stand for that. Oh no! It's gonna cleave the half of the arena. Oh no. That's tricky. There's a lot going on here.
Bear your steel.
We can shield you from doom.
Sinner does the light of life before rising to the heavens in a cleansing conflagration of divine benevolence. Your sins, your souls are undone.
Everything around us is just gone. Stop. Wait, the Thunder Goddess helping us now? Is it over? In the stadium.
I am the only god.
Heal check. Hands up. He's right, there is a phase 2.
You can claim to have endured the might of my will. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon you. Kneel before me.
Oh. That was a fake out.
Your very soul shall not escape my wrath.
Crystals again.
Kneel before me.
Oh no, they moved. This is sick. Just barely. It's a little close to the edge there.
Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon you.
What was this?
Denizens of the abyss,
blocking.
from ink of blackest night, I summon you.
So it's kind of like this is on it. Use your weapon and block it. It's those blue sea things you don't want to step on where the
I see it now. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I
get
summon
blown to the side that time. It's getting ready to move the other way. And we beat it.
I am your mother. I am your maker. I am Ivalice. Consign me unto darkness, and your light will be forever lost.
Goodbye. That's beautiful. More unique victory music. Guessing this is from Tactics. Yeah, look at it. That was an awesome raid. This is beautiful. Dungeons and the raids and everything just keep getting more pretty as we go on through the expansions. Especially now the graphics update is in effect. Great raid. Cool. Definitely have to run that a few more times and try to get a better understanding of the mechanics. He's awake, Kupo. But is it truly him? Thank you. Thank you all for coming to my aid. This is going to be interesting. He's going face to face with the Rams of old. And you have my thanks, noble warrior of light. You have achieved what I could not. He's getting to meet who he was named after. And you, bearer of my blood and the blood of House Durai, thank you for seeing my final wish fulfilled. Who are they? My sacrifice has finally been given meaning. A chocobo. Who are all these people? Oh, there's the clockwork golem in the back. Now, my friends, let us retire to Mother Hydaelyn's bosom, that we may finally rest. These are all servants of Hydaelyn? Wow. Farewell. You are the true heroes of this story. Delita, how I have missed you, old friend. Forgive me, Ramsa. You deserved better than what history gave you. I could have done more. I'm truly sorry. These countless centuries did I long for the day that we might meet once again, and now that time has finally come. Hydaelyn beckons us both. There's the old Alma. Cool. Got a bunch of people to talk to now. You're alive! Oh, but of course you are. You'd think that after this many triumphs one might grow tired of saving the world. Consider us all fortunate that you have not. And here we are, Jaguar. I cannot thank you enough for all you have done for my family, and that is before you saved me from the High Seraph. I owe you an apology, Jaguar. I was wrong to doubt you. Whether it be in a council room or on the field of battle, you have proven yourself more than worthy of many praises the bards sing. I am glad to have counted you an ally, for I would not wish you upon even my worst enemy. Oops, I didn't mean to talk to him yet. I was trying to click on Elma. Oh well. I'm so sorry, Ramsa, Alma. I convinced myself my research was the most important thing in my life. All the while you two were standing before me. Can you find it in your hearts to forgive your father? It's all right. We're still here, are we not? We have triumphed. We have proved your theory true. Ivalice existed. Ramsa existed. And Orbonne Monastery was not a heretic, but a hero. Now all that remains is to tell the world. No, my son, we needn't burden ourselves further. But Father, we cannot allow our ancestors' name to remain, and we will not. Yet simply not in the manner you think. I will be adding a final act to the Zodiac Brave story, telling of how Ramsa, the forgotten hero, and his chronicler Orbonne Monastery smote the Angel of Blood and saved Ivalice from an age of darkness, before quietly embarking on a final journey that would take them far beyond the horizon. And of course, I shall not leave out those nameless heroes who fought alongside Ramsa, without whom the young noble would have surely perished. Is that truly what you want, Father, for the story to end? It will only end on the stage, my dear, and live on in the hearts of the crowd. That's an epic line. King Delita and Orbonne envisioned the Virgo as a beacon which would have led future generations to the truth about the founding of their kingdom. They were right, and just as the pendants guided us, now we shall guide the masses through our play. And now you see, my son. I would offer you my thanks again, Jaguar, but thanks are not nearly enough to express my gratitude for all you have given us. Perhaps after I complete the Zodiac Brave story, I shall pen a tale about the legendary warrior of light and his adventures across the 3 great continents. Then you'll have your work cut out for you, my friend. Jaguar has enough battles under his belt to fill at least 3 tomes, if not 4. Would you stop doing that, Sid? And his tale is far from over, isn't it? My boy Sid. Always showering me with compliments. Alright, this is our final dress rehearsal for the night. Make it count. Positions, everyone. Yes, Principal. Lights, music. There will be no mistakes from you two, am I clear? Mother crystal clear, Kupo. They're going to perform the new final act. begin. I was wondering if we were going to use the big stage up on top of the ship at some point. Whatever will we do? The church has branded us heretics. No home awaits us in Ivalice. We shall embark upon a journey together. Together? Together. The crystal's call has been answered, and evil vanquished from the land. We are now free to soar like the griffin. Free? But how? By casting off our noble names and forging a new path, one not bound by fate. And on that path we shall meet new friends, make a new family. And unto them we shall entrust the true tale of our deeds, that they may carry on our legacy for all eternity. Sword in hand, a warrior clutches stone to breast. In sword etched his fading memories. In stone he tempered his skill. By sword attested, by stone reveled. Their tale can now be told. Bravo, bravo! You are both wonderful. I am inclined to agree with the Lady Mirilla's sentiments, but there's always room for improvement. Back to your positions, everyone. Again from the top. Again, I've had enough of this. I was promised a starring role, Kupo. It is in my contract. Oh, hush, brother, before Genomus has us back to polishing boot buckles again. Epic zoom out. Just like the end to a movie or something. Meanwhile, in the clockwork city of Gaug. Those Imperials? Those are Imperials. Uh-oh. Planning on mass producing these, turning them into weapons of war. Well, Noah van Gabranth. Sir, further research will be required to reach a positive conclusion, but preliminary tests show that the technology utilized here bears striking similarities to our own. That guy looks a little bit too similar to the guy that we fought in Alamigo, the other scientist guy. Excellent. Let the Eorzeans play with their baubles. True power lies within these walls. It appears our ancestors were as cunning as they were ruthless. weapon powerful enough to carve a gateway to the land's very core. His radiance will be eager to test this Tartarus. Wouldn't you all agree? Yeah, they are making these into weapons. Very interesting. I wonder if we're gonna have to fight those alongside the Garleans in the next expansion. It has been an honor to serve one as brave and just as you, Jaguar. I only hope my contributions to this most recent endeavor have proven of value. For this assignment, I would spend my days alone in the library, poring over texts, learning of others' accomplishments, but never recording any of my own. But witnessing you and all you have achieved in our short time together has inspired me. When I return to Charlian, I will put in a request with the students of Baldessian for an increase in field research. But I think I shall start with something in Lower Lenosia. Thank you, Jaguar. If Bagamnan were here, he'd smile and slap us both on the back. You'd probably fall on your face. I miss the captain. I'm not as optimistic as my brothers as to the chances of meeting again, but I know this, Jaguar. I will not forget you, and hope that maybe you will say the same. I owe you an apology, Jaguar. I was wrong to doubt you. Whether it be in a council room or on the field of battle, you have proven yourself more worthy of the many praises the bards sing. I'm glad to have counted you an ally, for I would not wish you upon even my worst enemy. In fact, our paths may cross again sooner than expected. I received word earlier that the Eorzean and Eastern alliances have agreed to assist Lente's tiers, though not in the manner my leader sought first. They will be providing refuge to those displaced by the fighting, children, elderly, the wounded. I've been assured that all are welcome. Unlike our demand for soldiery, both Lady Tataru and Lady Yugiri seemed much more amicable to this request. Perhaps they remembered how only recently Eorzea received refugees fleeing from Doma and Alamigo. Perhaps it was I who reminded them. As for now, I must return to Dalmasca with these tidings, and somehow not only convince the myriad resistance factions to cease their infighting, but also cooperate in the organization of a method in which refugees might be transported safely across the borders. Needless to say, I have my work cut out for me, but even then, this is only the beginning. Once the refugees are safe, there is still a war to be fought and won. And when that time comes, do not be surprised when I come calling again. Thanks are not nearly enough for all you've provided us, but sadly, they are all I have to offer. Thank you, Jaguar. You watched our rehearsal, so you have witnessed firsthand the fruits of my father's labor. And it is now on us, the players, to see their seeds cast across the realm. From fleeing the Empire, searching for a new audience, from finding the truth of our ancestors, to bringing back my mother and saving my brother. Many paths were walked on this journey, but ultimately they all led here. Was it merely the Oracite that guided us to the Orbonne Monastery, or was it, dare I say, fate? Our exile, our arrival in Hingashi, my father's disappearance. Without even a single one of these things, our paths may not have crossed. If that is not fate, then... Now that Rams's desire has been fulfilled, the Oracite set in this necklace appears to have lost its blessing. Perhaps it is for the best, but I am simply glad that a piece of my mother remains. I shall not say farewell, for I would not have this meeting be our last. Allow me instead to offer a prayer. Mother, abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins that we might know salvation. I hope the new act was to your liking. It may still change, seeing as we have yet to finish our rehearsals, but I believe Father has another masterpiece on his hands. I've always admired your father, but never more than I do now. I finally have come to understand why it was so important for him to tell the tales that he did, even if those actions did see him driven from his home. Still, I worry that we may never find our place here in this foreign land, that our voices may never be heard. Everything we knew is gone, everything we worked for, behind us. Will the people of Authard and Eldenard accept us for what we offer, in spite of who we were? Will they flock to our stage to hear our stories? Will they laugh at our jests and weep for our losses? I know it is childish to fret over such matters, but perhaps I am still a child, desperate for the acceptance of strangers, despite the fact that I am already accepted by my friends and family. Something happened that day. I laid hands on my mother's necklace. My father would have me believe it was the hero Ramses Orsine, the Virgo, that dispelled the fear and hate in my heart and replaced it with love. I'd like to believe that it was not only the Holy Stone, but me, growing up, journeying to a new land, meeting new people, learning new cultures and customs. These things ignited a flame inside me, a flame of change. You, Mont Blanc, Curdy, Mikoto, Master Sid, Boaki, Fran, even Lena, you have all helped fan that flame, that they may rise into a conflagration to burn away the old Ramza, leaving what stands here before you now. My father spoke of one day authoring a play that would chronicle your adventures. I believe I will tell him to abandon that endeavor, for I wish to author it myself. That is, if you will allow it. You are welcome here any time, Jaguar, and I hope that you will take time to visit and tell us more of your deeds. I shall be waiting. Principal Genomus has agreed to give me an actual role in the play. It is not Mont Blanc who stands before you, Kupo, but Ilisud Tengail, the most handsome and noble and handsome of the Knights Templar, who has all of 2 lines before he must return to his proper place backstage working the lights. Do not forget that, Kupo. This guy's still doing squats. A man does not eat an omelette without breaking egg. Blood is the price of progress, as it is the ink in which history's pages are written. Look around you, boy. Ivalice rots from within. Your brother would carve out the root of its decay, even if it means his hands must needs be soiled. Ah, never a truer passage was spoken. Though I prefer to take my eggs raw. Builds character, they say. Or at least I say. Oh, he finally stopped doing squats. Just for a moment, though. Back to it. With the new final act comes several new roles. Roles we do not have the means to handle. You don't think you'd be interested in a... Ah, but I jest. Oh, there's Genomus. Yesterday, Ivalice was a legend. Today, it is history. And this is all thanks to your selfless efforts. No longer need I hide my heritage, for you've shown it to be noble. I only pray this final act I've penned proves worthy of them and their deeds. Granted, it still requires much polishing. And yes, I am fully aware that my conclusion to Ramses' tale differs from that which you saw in your vision and learned in the halls of Moland, but that was rather the point. I wanted people to see Ramsa in control of his own fate, ending his story on his own terms. Entrusting faith into future generations is noble, but it diminishes the accomplishments of Ramsa and his companions, which is why I granted them the victory they deserved. History remembers those who prevailed, and thus will his name endure. Now, was there aught else you wished to ask of me? Oh goodness, there's a lot of things that you could ask him. Lord Dysardarg and the Duke would use her as a pawn in the Game of Thrones, just as the two of them now use you. Is a man like you not ashamed to be no more than a piece in their game? Have you no pride, no honor? There's something lacking in the delivery. Touch more tempered. Fury, perhaps. Sidelong glance into a swift turn and then, Jaguar, simply practicing my lines. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering why all these people were reading passages aloud, practicing their lines. Lady Fran has agreed to introduce me to a storyteller from her former village that I may learn of her people's history. Wouldn't that meeting inspire me to pen my next great symphony? Or at least to marry Jake to use in the Zodiac Brave story's newest arc. I run, you give chase. I am the heart, and you the something. Where this heart has laid... Jaguar, you've caught me again in the throes of a bloody bout with my arch-nemesis, Writer's Block. Perhaps a change of pace would serve me well. Is there aught you needed? Interesting. About Vieira culture? Yes, I've learned much of the Leperin folk during my travels. So let us start up with the most basic of details. There exist two distinct clans, the light-skinned Vina Vieira and the darker-skinned Rava Vieira. The word Vieira itself means people of the wood, and true to that name, both the Rava and the Vina make their homes exclusively in the Gulmore jungle, or the primeval forests which line the southwestern foothills of the Skate Range, respectively. Oh, I just realized Shadowbringers was when they added Vieira, wasn't it? So Fran here was teasing the introduction of a new race. Until recently, perhaps the past several generations, a Vieira living outside her homeland was unheard of, and those who abandoned their tribes were branded outcasts. You see, the Vieira follow a strict code called the Green Word that binds them to their land and prohibits all contact with the outside world unless absolutely necessary. Similar to that of the Makode Keepers of the Moon, the Vieira's societal hierarchy is strictly matriarchal. You'll find no males in the villages of both the Vina and the Rava, let alone the positions of rule. Yet that does not mean they do not play an important role in Vieira's society. This makes the males take up the manta of Wood Warder, protectors of the forest, and serve their tribes by seizing no evil encroach on their tribe's sacred Demesne. Males, for the most part, are reclusive, shunning contact with even their own kin, save for the rare occasion they return to their village of birth to sow their seed and to claim any boys who have reached adulthood. But I shall speak of that queer custom at length later. In other words, treat not the wood with hopes of finding a male Vieira, for you will be met with naught but disappointment, or worse, death. This, however, is not to discredit the marital prowess of female Vieira. The women of the wood are as formidable as the men, and merely choose to devote their attention to the protection of their hearth and young. Without a supportive community, the males must constantly struggle to survive. Food, clothing, weapons, medicines, all must be procured and crafted by the individual, without aid of another. The male lives alone and dies alone. this has gone unchanged for countless generations. Yes, and next week they can wear hats. I'm no longer Lalafell. Nice. Yeah, I saw that in the live letter. That's cool. It's been a change people have been wanting for a long time, for what I hear. Spent many a moon in the desert sapphire, while I saw all manner of wondrous creatures. Not once did I lay mine eyes upon a male Vieira, nor did I hear of one living in the city. They simply do not exist to us. Interesting. That was a much longer excerpt than I was expecting. "6 years. Oof. Dang. For the Vieira, the hands of time move at a far more leisurely pace than they do for the rest of us. Whereas a Here might consider themselves fortunate to see, say, 80 winters before his return to the life stream, the Vieira can endure up to 12 score or more. Ah. 12 score, so like they live to be 120 or longer. It's estimated that upwards of 8 in 10 Vieira are born female, though it is not until at least the 13th name day, when the individual moves from adolescence into adulthood, that the individual's gender becomes apparent. Interesting. Then for the next 2 centuries will the Vieira maintain its physical youth, rendering it nigh impossible to discern one age simply from outward appearances. When it is revealed that a Vieira kit is a male, it will be given into the care of another, that it may learn the ways of the wood warder, protectors of the forest. Once every 3 to 5 summers, male Vieira will descend from the trees to a nearby village to mate. It is at this time, if there are any recently discovered Jacks still living amongst the females, the older male will make them his wards and teach them how to survive without the crutch of companionship. Only following countless seasons of training and strict adherence to the green word will the students themselves earn the title of master and be allowed to seek solitude. More than a few will perish during this brutal rite of passage, further thinning the tribe's males, until only the strongest seed remain. As I explained before, the duty of a male Vieira, a wood warder, is to see their tribe's demesne remain untouched by the destructive whims of outsiders. Yet they do so from the shadows, oft choosing to shoot first, and not even bothering with questions. Females, on the other hand, are much more open in their relationship with the wood, though I use the term open in its most loosest of senses. More than simply defend the forest, they seek also to nurture it, clearing undergrowth, removing fallen trees, planting seeds, eradicating vermin. Efforts by past kings to bring Vieira lands under Dalmascan rule have been met with either indifference or violence. As of late, Rabanaster has suffered the Vieira their self-governance, and with the promise the villages will not take up their battles against the throne. When I was younger and far more than the fool than I am now, I asked Vieira if she did not find her tribe's ways awkward. Was it not within the natural order for males and females of a species to coexist? The woman answered me thus: "The value of coexistence will not be found neath a loincloth. Long has our kind endured understanding that the distance twixt the two bodies does not dictate the distance twixt the two souls." Interesting. So this was like a bunch of lore that you could get before Vieira became an actual playable race. Allow me to introduce the Majestic's newest member. This young man is from the Mikosa, has come to study under us, under our guidance, yes. It is an honor, my lady. Thank you for this opportunity. What? I know not what you're implying, but this relationship is purely professional. Purely. This is merely rouge on my cheeks. Nothing more. Sure it is. Yeah, that's cool. That's like, how they introduced Aura with Yugiri before it actually became a playable race. You, no less human than we? Ha! Now there's a beastly thought. You've been less than we from the moment where your base-born father fell upon your mother, whatever gutter saw you sired. You've been chattel since you came into the world drenched in common blood. I forgot he was reading lines for a second. I thought he was just insulting me for no reason. Terrible line, isn't it? Oh, the writing is fine. Geonomus is a master at his craft. It's just, why did I have to be picked for the role of Argith? Such a bloody bastard. Unlike myself, of course. What flaw do you hold there to be in us? That we were born beneath a different set of walls. Do you know what it means to hunger? Sup for months on naught but a broth of bean? Why must we be made to starve that you might grow fat? You call us thieves, but it is you who steal from us the right to live. You did not think me merely the company's outfitter, did you? I would also wager you did not know I make a wicked broth of bean. Curtains slightly open. You can see a hallway in there. Anything up here? Back in Kugane. Alright, let's go talk to Lena. There you are. Well, wasn't that an adventure, Jaguar? It's sad to think we must soon part ways, what with all we've been through these past few moons. Satisfied with the city's unwillingness to turn him over to the Garleans, Geonomus has decided to purchase a permanent berth above Kugane for the Prima Vista. Supposedly, he has already received petitions from hundreds of Geico and Genin to join the company. And then there's the matter of my assignment. You'll be delighted to learn that I am almost finished. What? How do you expect one to write an exposé when off battling forces of evil from beyond the void? Don't you worry, though. A few more weeks and I'll have a draft. Alright, an outline. I feel that as a writer. Until then, I'll stay here in Kugane a little longer. At the Raven's expense, of course. Farewell. Cool. 2 music rolls. That was a fun raid. The amount of voice acting in there was such a treat. Like that we got all the voices, all the bosses voice acted. And I hope that's a trend that continues in the future. Alright, I'm gonna do a bit of Pyros. Leveled some more. So I should be able to do my next quest. I did see my next quest objective. Saw a sparkly thing. I just didn't click on it in case it started a cutscene or anything. But I am level 45 now, so I am 5 away from the max in Pyros. Still need to go back to Pagos too and finish collecting the materials for my relic weapon, so that I can actually start on the Pyros step of my relic. I think I saw it over here somewhere. Say, there it is. Yeah. At the center of the confluence of Aether, you find a shimmering stone, magicite. As you kneel to retrieve it, the confluence dissipates. Oh, I guess that's it. Time to return to Cryo. Found it, I presume. The confluence vanished while you were away, so call it a hunch. Since your Magia board can hold no more magicite, I hope you'll allow me to hold on to this piece for the time being. Sounds good. Much appreciated. There are other confluences elsewhere in Pyros, so I expect I'll be asking you to do this again as soon as we've pinpointed their locations. Alright, next quest is level 38. Oh, I was just thinking of sending someone to find you. I have tidings. Believe it or not, that magicite you found was key to confirming beyond a shadow of a doubt what I had long suspected, that the Isle of Val came to the Glass Ocean by way of powerful teleportation magic. In other words, the theories we've had about the Ascians or whoever else unleashing a destructive magic akin to Ultima were completely mistaken. Which isn't to say that the teleportation magic wasn't exceedingly destructive and disruptive in its own right. An island does not up and vanish and reappear on the other side of the world without significant repercussions. So it wasn't the Ascians. All the strange phenomena we've observed until now, the twisted ethereal currents, the warped elemental energies and erratic weather, magicite and logograms and monsters, all of it stems from this teleportation. All of this could have been anticipated, at least to degree, which prompts me to wonder why someone would nevertheless decide to utilize a powerful magic. The answer to that question, however, continues to elude me. No point in dwelling on it. We have another confluence to investigate, or will, as soon as I finish analyzing this data. There's another matter you must attend to before then, though. It concerns the Logos Manipulator, and certain improvements that should make your life a lot easier. Drake can tell you more. Well met, sir. Mistress Kryl sent you to speak with me, did she not? I'll get right to the point then. In actuality, the Logos Manipulator is designed to incorporate 2 arrays, not just one. If we were to integrate a second, its capacity would be, in essence, doubled, allowing for more complex transubstantiation. However, we last checked the necessary components when we built it, which is why it only has 1 array. It would be such a shame to not take full advantage of its capabilities, though, which is why I bade Mistress Kryl to send you to me. You see, what I require may be at the Surgate townhouse to the southeast. I've written a detailed description of the components I seek. If you could spare the time to journey there and search the ruins for anything resembling it, I promise it will be worth your while. Alright, there's the Surgate townhouse. I've been over in that direction. So it should be simple enough to find. Dragonstar Observatory. Here's something. It's convenient, my magic site is already set to water. Searching through the metal scrap, you uncover several components matching the description provided by Drake. Whether or not they are still usable, however, remains to be seen. Alright, that's it. Return to Drake now. That was easy. Alright, Drake. I got the thingies. Pleasure to see you again. Could it be that you have brought me the components I seek? What luck! They seem to be in good working order, if you'll give me a moment. There, I've completed the modifications. The Logos Manipulator now has 2 arrays, which you may use to transubstantiate alchemical substances, which will confer upon you multiple abilities. I should warn you that the process is not foolproof, though. With every logogram added to the mix beyond the first 3, there's an increased chance of failure. With great risk comes great reward, as they say. Feel free to test this new functionality at your leisure. An Umbral array has been added to the Logos Manipulator, doubling its capacity. Nice. By utilizing both the Astral and Umbral arrays during transubstantiation, you may acquire 2 Logos actions, which can be registered simultaneously. Oh, interesting. Maximum of 6 logograms, 3 in each array, may be processed in this manner. However, be advised that attempts to transubstantiate memes from 4 or more logograms may end in failure. In the event transubstantiation is unsuccessful, logograms will be consumed. Well, that's not good. It's just luck-based. By the way, Mistress Cryle was asking after you not long ago. I gather she has something important to share with you. Guess that's why some of the crafting recipes have recipes that only take 1. Those will be more convenient if you're trying to do 2 at once, it sounds like. You finished helping Drake improve the Logos Manipulator. Well done. It ought to prove more useful than ever. Now then, as you've probably guessed, I finally located the next piece of magicite I'd like you to go and collect. This one you'll find in the caves to the northeast, near a place called the Firing Chamber. Getting there won't be easy, I'm afraid. Be careful. Firing chamber. So that's over here. Should be able to find that one as well. This is about the farthest I've made it in this direction. Oh, here it is right here. That was easy. Not very hidden at all. Fancy meeting you here, adventurer. I trust your exploration is proceeding without incident, as is Kryle's work with the Proto-Aetherite. Fascinating. I did not expect her to make such progress. This reversing of the flow intrigues me as well. Forgive my mutterings. I should thank you for sharing your discoveries with me. I feel as though I am on the verge of an epiphany. Ever so helpful, aren't you? So eager to please, set the wrong to right, as befits a hero and a liberator. I don't like this tone you're taking with me. Are you evil? I really do owe it to you to return the favor, to help with your magicite collection efforts. Besides, I have no need of the stuff any longer. How forgetful of me. There's one bit of information I neglected to share with you earlier. The name of the deiform entity, the Elder Primal that Galoof and the others sought to imprison in this place. They called it Eureka. That's the name of the primal? The self-same name we just bestowed upon this isle. An amusing coincidence, is it not? And yet, in retrospect, so very appropriate. Is this planned? Anyway, I'm afraid that's all I have to share for now. But if the fates conspire to reveal to me any other pearls of wisdom, rest assured you will be the very first to know. He's acting kinda sus. At the center of the confluence of Aether, you find a shimmering stone, magicite. Upon its removal, the confluence dissipates. Another piece of magicite to take back to Cryo. It's always a relief to see you return safe and sound. Did you find the magicite near the firing chamber? I sure did. But of course, though, I take it there's something else you wish to share. So according to Ejika, the deiform entity is also named Eureka, is it? I am reminded of a conversation I once overheard, back before I left the Isle of Val. Raha, one of my colleagues, was discussing a theory he had concerning the Crystal Tower with Grandfather and the other founders. As you may recall, Eureka was the name of an underground labyrinth said to contain the most powerful weapons of the Allegan Empire. At least, that's how the legend goes. And Raha thought it might be beneath the Crystal Tower. I remember thinking at the time it was odd how the founders suddenly grew quiet and stone-faced, how Grandfather simply said no and ushered the others away, leaving Raha to wonder if he had somehow given offense. And then I had to go and pick the same silly name when prompted by Rowena. Ugh, don't read too much into that, seriously. Anyway, I can only presume that the founders' behavior that day was because, for them, the word Eureka had an entirely different meaning. Even though Raha was clearly talking about the labyrinth, their secret knowledge of the primal clearly weighed heavy on their consciences. That makes sense. You've given me much to think about, Jaguar. I know this is sudden, but I have to ask. You didn't stumble across a piece of magicite recently, did you? I was afraid you might say no. You see, I've been tracking a number of confluences, but before I could pinpoint their exact location, each vanished without a trace, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, given that the ethereal currents have become more stable as a result, but I cannot believe this is a natural occurrence. Magicite doesn't simply vanish on its own, which leads me to believe someone is collecting it. If not you, then that leaves Ejika? But even if he is trying to help, he could at least let us know. And if he's not doing it for us, then that leads me to wonder why. Until we meet again, though, we can only carry on with our original plans. Yeah. He is acting kinda suspicious. There's one confluence I've located on the West Flame Rock that has yet to dissipate. If you'd be so kind as to hasten to it and retrieve it, I would be most grateful. Didn't he say he didn't need magicite, but now he's collecting it? That's suspicious. Something's going on here. Okay, East Flame Rock is where I'm supposed to be headed now. So I'm going into uncharted territory. Whoa. Oh, 52. Oh, hey. Iris Elemental. Need to de-aggro all these guys. He mutated. Oh no, I see another sleeping dragon up there. I have to tiptoe around him. Way is low 50s. It's not really much safer than the 52s on the other side. It looks like this way it does connect over here. Oh no. Dang. Should probably level up some more before I try and go get this next quest objective. materia can be gathered from my armor pieces. Look at all these guys going in circles. Nice. My hero. Alright, I'm just gonna return out of here. Yeah, I'll level up some more before I try to get that other one. Alright, cool. So that's gonna do it for today's stream. In the next few weeks, I'll be doing some more side content. Starting to get to the end of Stormblood stuff. We've got, other than Eureka to finish, we've got Hildebrand, this blue mage stuff that was added this patch. So I'm going to do a stream where I try out blue mage. And then, what else? I think there's the treasure dungeon too in Stormblood that I haven't done. We're kind of getting to the end of things here. Plan is to finish up the last bit of side content that I want to do in Stormblood, and then will do the last remaining bit of MSQ, the patch 4.56, I think. And then I'll watch the Shadowbringers trailer, and then next stream after that we'll go into Shadowbringers. Very exciting. Reaching the end of this expansion. Yeah, you too, Denai. Have a great evening. Alright. I will see you all later. Take care.